Hello my arty friends, this is Linda and welcome to my channel. Today guys, I have pulled out 5 art books. They are some of my favorites and I wanted to share with you guys these books and go through a few of them, and so maybe you might see something that you would like. Maybe it will inspire you as it has inspired me. So the first book is The Big Book of Painting Nature in Oil. Now this book I believe is no longer in print, but you can find copies on eBay, such as that is how I found this book. So even though this book itself, and there's so much in this book, is geared to acrylic, or sorry, oil painting, which I love, it is also references and photos that you also can convert into and do an acrylic painting from. There is just so much in this book. It starts out, as you can see, doing landscapes and trees all in oil, and there is some regular photographs in here, and then it just goes into detail. It is so beautiful. I love this book, and there's so much in this book. It's like capturing the sparkle of frost. Isn't that something? I love this book. I can't say enough about it. So let me thumb back here. Working through subdued light. See how the light is captured on these leaves from the sun in the distance. Oh, I love this. This is a great book. I highly recommend this. If you have not seen this book or thumbed through it, there is so much information. Here's skies, and it just has coming upon a storm, and like in the field, and how the rain starts to come down. There is just so much in here that is so useful for the artist. Here's rainbows, how to do the rainbow, brilliant color, just a lot of information packed into this wonderful book. I love this book. And cloud formations. Here's water, talking about water, painting water in the winter, achieving a flat decorative effect. It's just so nice. Subduing a bright whites. Here's sunsets, reflecting light on the pond. Oh my gosh, there is just so much in this book, guys. Highly recommend this book. So useful, so much of inspiration, so much to look at and to read and to learn. Oh my, it's just wonderful. The front of the book again is Big Book of Nature in Oil, and it is by S. Alan Schaefer and photographs by John Shaw. And this is how big the book is. It's a rather thick book. It is, this copy is a paperback book, but yes, I highly recommend this book. I love it. Love. Okay, next book. This is a watercolor book. This is Textured Landscapes with pen, ink, and watercolors by Claudia Nice. It's a hardbound book, and this book goes through, and it is also geared for your landscape, and there's flowers, but it talks about pulling out the texture and showing how the texture in your artwork can be brought out, and it is really used as a focal point. It's just a different way of painting. Now this is geared for watercolor and pen and ink. So I just really love this book. Just beautiful photographs, beautiful paintings, and it also, you know, it goes through and it shows you pen and ink foliage, and it shows you how to do texture by scraping your paint off and it's just a nice book. There's so much information in this book that is geared to the pen and ink with your watercolors, showing you different techniques and ways to do different things. So much inspiration. And I love to do landscapes and florals, and then here up in the front it shows you how to do with your watercolors, how to do different techniques to get those textures brought out in your painting when you're watercoloring. I just love this book. It's so useful, and a lot of information in it. So there is book 2. Okay, now book 3 is the acrylic landscape painting. This one is by Hugh Greer, and this is painting techniques that are done. I'm going to start here in the beginning, and it just shows you, get going here. It starts off with materials, of course. Most art books do, how-to books, shows you materials you need, and then it goes on with your painting materials, kind of gives you a guide on what to get or what you should be using, and then it goes into steps like paint a wash, lift out your tree trunks, and this here is just using the lift out tool, and it just goes on into where a place to paint. Fix yourself up a studio, and then it starts into acrylic. Heavy body, talks about those, talks about the color wheel, color theory. Overall, this is a nice little book if you're a landscape painter wanting to learn how to do different things, different techniques. And it just goes on, layering to create 3 dimensions, doing washes, applying your first wash to your still life, luminosity, and it just goes on. Controlled splatters. I love splattering my paints and on my paintings, love it. Painting negative space. There is a lot of good information. Then here's trees, sketching of trees to you can lay down into your artwork. There's just a lot of good information in this little book. If I can find these online, I will try to link them below. Most of my books I do get off of eBay, some off of Amazon, but most of these I'm showing you here I did get off of eBay. Okay, so and there's like 25 steps in that one. Okay, the next one, number 4, this is Fast and Fun Flowers in Acrylic. I found this very useful when I was in school, in art school. This is by Lori Palex, and in this book there's basic painting techniques and painting leaves and stems. Of course, it goes over your supplies and all. It shows you brush strokes here for a round brush, a flat brush, talks about your palette, talks about highlighting and shading, and painting leaves with a round brush. It kind of goes through and gives you a little technique how to do that. And painting leaves with a flat brush. There's vines, and then it comes into garden flowers, and it just has step by step how to just your painting technique, laying down your paint and forming that flower. There's just so many flowers here, and it just goes on, and then it gets into some different kinds of flowers. Like back here it gets into a little bit bigger, shows you the steps. Like here's 1, then it goes to 2, 3, you're layering 4, 5, and 6, and those are field poppy, pasture rose. Here's bulb flowers. This is my favorite section here, where you're learning how to do the irises, and these are Klimaman. I'm not sure how you even say that. But I just love this book because I love painting florals, filler flowers. There's morning glories. There's just a lot. Here's like learning how to do a honeysuckle vine. Just a lot of nice information. Floral compositions, adding all those flowers together, making a wreath. Look at that. This is a nice little book. Oh, there's something else I wanted to show you. Look at this. This is, oh, this is so, so pretty. I love that. And then over here on the opposite page, it's showing you the steps to get this effect. Okay, so that's that one. And the very last one that I pulled out, and I have more books that I would like to show, but I just only pulled out 5. This is the artist photo reference of landscape. And in here, these are real photographs. This is by Gary Green. There's over 400 photos in this book. Mainly, they are taken from the Northwest in the U.S. And they are all in categories. So it starts off with skies, and it shows you all these reference photos to give you inspiration to paint your own skies, landscapes out of this book. The author does say that he doesn't want you to exactly do what is here. So you are to draw inspiration from these photos to do your own thing. So you can do some what you see, and then you change it. You change yours and add your own personality and your own little things inside. But these are nice reference photos to look at, to get your mind moving in the right direction. Like, look at the water. Look, you can tell that's Northwest. There's Pacific. But in here, there's just so many photos. And I also have one on barns and something else that's in that book. Barns and I forget what it is. I have a couple of these books, but I'm going to thumb through this now, and you can see all the reference photos. There's mountains, hills, rocks, trees, and even tropical. I love painting tropical. But this is just another nice little book. You see what's here in the back. Like we're showing you techniques. Here's winter, and there's autumn, of course, spring. So many nice photos to look at and to draw your inspiration from, to do your own artwork. They're some of my favorite books. So let me know below which one was your favorite book, and if you have reference photos and art books in your stash, in your collection. And let me know which is your favorites, that ones that I showed you here today. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for the new subscribers that have come on. And until next time, guys, you have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye, guys.